On Saturday at 9, the Cats try to break a 2-game losing streak in Knoxville. And now for a look at the Vols, here's Opposition Research, brought to you by HKC Roofing. Perhaps no team's early struggles speak to the SEC's potential strength this season more than Tennessee's. At 9-4 but 0-2 in league play, the Vols limp into Saturday's crucial home tilt with the Cats after Tuesday's disheartening double-digit loss to resurgent Auburn, 94-84, UT's first home loss to the Tigers in 20 years. Now Tennessee is staring at a possible 0-3 mark after a solid start to the season. The winless league beginning stymied a non-conference slate that features a top 25 RPI, plus a noteworthy win over Purdue and hard-fought competitive losses to Villanova and North Carolina. The Vols setbacks have come to teams that have won 86% of their games, the third most difficult schedule in college basketball. In his 3 years in Knoxville, Rick Barnes finds himself 2 games over 500 at 40-38, with an eye on earning UT's first NCAA tournament berth since 2014. In 31 seasons in the lead chair, Barnes has racked up 644 wins, 10th most amongst active head coaches, and has coached in 22 NCAAs and 1 Final Four with Texas. In 2003, the Hickory, North Carolina native began his career at George Mason in 1987 with prior stops at Providence, Clemson, and the UTs. Barnes' coaching tree also has spawned off 4 present Division I coaches. 2017 All-SEC freshman Grant Williams has seen his production rise in year 2 and has started 42 career games. The 6'7" sophomore leads UT in scoring and rebounding at 16-7 and reached rarefied air last season, joining Bernard King and Allen Houston as the only other Vols to eclipse 30 or more points in multiple games during their freshman seasons. Williams' 22 fueled the Purdue win, and his shooting numbers hover around 50 and 70 from the floor and foul line respectively. However, he's only a 17% shooter from 3, significantly lower than last season. Admiral Schofield returns to a starting role and chips in nightly totals of 12 points and 5 rebounds. Despite being undersized, the 6'4 junior is a relentless rebounder with a deft shooting touch and owns a pair of double-doubles while seeing his three-point accuracy improve to a career-best 43% this season. His brother, O'Brien, played 7 years in the NFL and won a Super Bowl ring with the Seahawks in 2014. Knoxville's Jordan Bowden has started 41 games in his season plus and is the leading scorer in the backcourt at 11 points per game. On fewer attempts than the league leaders, the 6'3 sophomore drains 61% of his threes, but continues to battle inconsistency, i.e. a 1-point showing against Auburn. However, Bowden's career ledger does show 2 20-plus point career games. The Vols are 4-0 when he reaches 15 or more points in a game. Bowden is also a dependable free throw shooter at 77%. Jordan Bone is another familiar face in the backcourt, and the 6'1 sophomore is one of the league's better distributors at 3.5 assists per. Like Williams, Bone has amped up his play in year 2 and ponies up 9 points a game with improved shooting numbers of 40% from 3 and a Vol best 84% from the foul line. He's also off to a great start in SEC play, averaging 20 in both losses. You can't start all guards, hence Lamonte Turner has flourished in a reserve role while playing ample minutes. The 6' sophomore is now up to 9 points per after his 25-point career-high blast in the Tiger loss. The third career instance, he's been north of 20. Turner's shooting numbers of 37% from the floor are rather ordinary, yet he does excel at the line, converting 83% of the time. James Daniel III is new to the program and will see his fair share of time. The 6' senior arrived via Howard U, where he was a MEAC force, leading all scorers in 16 at 27 a game. With the move up, Daniel is good for 7 points an evening, including his UT high of 17 in Fayetteville. He's got the green light and isn't bashful, connecting on 37% of his threes. On a team lacking noticeable size, Kyle Alexander's play is crucial to Vol's success. The 6'10 junior has 36 career starts and offers credible numbers of 5 points, 6 rebounds, while connecting on 66% of his shot attempts. The Canadian's top performance came in the Bahamas as he put forth 13 in the Boilermaker win. 2 new faces will also play. Vincennes transfer Chris Darrington was a top 15 JUCO last year and scores 4 points a game for the Vols. The 6'1 junior's top performance was 11 versus Lipscomb last month. And John Fulkerson, a 6'7" redshirt freshman that provides some relief in the post. The Kingsport native played but 10 games last year due to a wrist injury and is in at a couple of points and rebounds. Both he and Darrington averaged double-figure minutes on the season. Fast facts: the Vols have won 9 SEC regular season championships, with the last in 2008. With losses the last 2 years, the series has narrowed in Knoxville, with the Cats leading 54-50. And this will be the first of 2 regular season meetings against UT, with the second in Rupp on February 6th. Well-known UT alums include retired astronaut Scott Kelly, plus Around the Horn's Woody Page, an American writer, and Back to School's Kurt Vonnegut. It's the Cats and the Vols in Knoxville on Saturday at 9 o'clock, and the UK Sports Network sets the table starting at 7:30 Eastern. For Opposition Research and the Leach Report, I'm Chris Labar.